The Steel City is ready at Acrisure Stadium here in Pittsburgh. Today, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Arizona Cardinals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you, the kicker, Chad Ryland. Gonna get things started. Off we go from Pittsburgh. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. They're led out by the man who won the national championship back at Ohio State. It's Will Howard.
You know, Mike, it's kind of become cliche. You know, these guys come onto the field and we say, hey, you got to defend every blade of grass. They can make every throw, but that's exactly the case anytime this guy's lined up behind center. And the amount of stress that it puts on your pass defense, on your secondary to know, I got to defend sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. No matter where that ball is snapped, that's a tall task. And they're going to have to mix up coverages and be really sound on the back end, or this guy can really kill you. You spend all week on your opening script. What are the plays that allow you to find a rhythm and have some early success offensively? Well, in this case, that first play you drawn up sent you going back the wrong direction. How does that change this play caller's approach to the ground game going forward?
Finding room at the 35. Big gain on the ground here as he takes this up past the 40-yard line. They get 24 on that one. That's a Steeler first down.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be second down.
Across midfield to the 49-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Once again, it's Warren. And that'll be a gain of 2 and a first down.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Play action. It's Howard. Now he takes off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
So, from the 37, here's second down and a yard. Metcalf, the motion man. Off the play fake, here's Howard. The second down throw is incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
7th play of this opening drive, and here's third down. They'll go with the sneak, and not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
It's a gain of a yard. That's another Steelers.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short. Gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
On 1st and 10, it's Warren. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Warren, and they will take him down at the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 13 yards. Good for a Steeler first down.
Good for a Steelers.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Baron Browning. He gets into drop in. It's a loss of 8.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They're going to go play action with Howard. That's caught right side. It's Freiermuth. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
3rd and long. Here's Howard. That's complete to his running back, Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain. And that'll set up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers are out to an early 3-0 lead.
Cardinals nothing.
You know, they did a lot of good things on this opening drive, Mike. I know they stalled out once they got down there into the red zone. They're going to need to work on finishing some of these drives as this game moves along. But that's a good 3 points to start this game.
Chris Boswell to kick
3
off
points
for
on that
Pittsburgh.
opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So out comes the Arizona offense for the first time. They'll be let out by their quarterback, the rookie from Alabama.
Now, this is the type of quarterbacks that just give defensive coordinators nightmares. They stay up all night thinking, okay, what is the best way to defend him? Do we treat him as a runner? Do we treat him as a passer? And I think that's really where the most stress comes in, Mike, is you want to make sure you don't let him kill you with his legs downfield as a runner, but it's also his ability to extend plays as a passer that really creates a lot of stress on your back-end coverage, and that's where those big plays can come. So it's a big challenge. They know it, and we'll find out early on what the plan is. All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, but I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Quick throw, out wide, it's caught, and he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
You can see in the eyes of the quarterback, he's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
He'll air it out, deep for Wilson. That one is batted away, incomplete. No separation that time, tightly defended. It brings up 4th down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game? They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
The Steelers offense going to take over now for the second time. They were able to turn that opening drive into points. 3-0 our score as they start again with a first down. From the gun, it's Howard. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
And when you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation. And instead, he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity. But with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Howard. They'll set up the screen to Gainwell. That one way too slow in developing. They rally to the ball, they get the man, and it's no gain.
It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive linemen to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers in secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all 3 levels played disciplined, good football with good vision. That's why they're able to stop him for no gain.
And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. That pass play good for 22. That's a Steeler first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
A 6-yard pickup.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
DK Metcalf was the intended target. And it'll be 2nd down. Up the middle with Warren. He'll dodge one would-be tackler. He'll wind up getting a nice gain of 6 on the play.
So I think as they continue to have success on the ground like they did here, I think we're going to see them continue to lean towards that ground game, force the defense to come up, sell out, take it away, and then there's all sorts of options downfield in the passing game.
Howard to throw it here, 3rd and short. He'll be taken down, but good enough to keep this drive going. It's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. That's another Steelers first down.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that third down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
Here's a handoff to Warren. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, they're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
He'll dump this out wide to Gainwell. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the lines.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and it results in a negative play.
This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on fourth down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3? And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Back out is Boswell following the field goal. He'll send this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense ready for their second possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Amari DeMercado. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. That's left side. That's the tight end, McBride. And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 20.
They get an even 20 on that one. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
It's a gain of 20.
So think back to earlier in the week, Mike, and they told us they want to get him going here early and often. So I'd expect plenty of passes to head his way as this game unfolds.
Chance here for the former Steeler, James Carnell. Down the sideline, past the 40. And a big gain out of bounds as time runs down. An exclamation point to end this first quarter. Second quarter starts. Cardinals in possession of the football as they've got it with 1st and 10. It'll work Hunter in the middle here, and he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. That's Alex Highsmith in for the tackle.
A gain of 2.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Now they'll set up to throw. The ball's out. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down?
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on fourth down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a fourth and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this fourth down. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So Ryland now, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. To throw is Howard. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
2nd and 10. A carry here for Warren. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down.
At the 28-yard line. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Working out of the gun, here's Howard. He's got the connection there to Valdez-Scantling. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. That is caught. What a throw. D.K. Metcalf. Touchdown Steelers.
Think back to the spring, Mike. We all watched the highlights of this guy's pro day, and you always question, why do they make these quarterbacks just rear back and throw it as far as they can? How often are they really going to do that? Well, when they do, like we saw here, it is a thing of beauty. He put that big arm on display with that last pass, and it winds up going for 6.
Chris Boswell on for the point after. The kick is good. And the Steelers move out in front, 13-3.
13, Cardinals 3.
Boswell now, following the touchdown, back out to kick this one off. He'll start at the 2. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. They're in a 10-point hole. It's 13-3 as this drive starts with first down. They'll start this drive on the ground, and it's Carnell. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Cameron Hayward, the former All-Pro, in on the tackle. Here comes 3rd and 6. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He's got his tight end. That's McBride. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
And the Cardinals, first down. 1st and 10.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Back to the air once more on 2nd down. The blitz gets there, and he lost the football. The Steelers think they've got one, and they do.
That was a great play by the defense, Mike. He got a little sloppy with ball security as he leaves the pocket. They're able to knock it loose and put an end to this drive.
The Steelers offense and DK Metcalf getting set for their next possession. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Howard. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Now, this is something that we typically see out of maybe a more veteran quarterback, not necessarily a rookie, but just having a really nice sense of game management, throw the ball away, and live for the next down.
Howard now to throw it here on 2nd down. That's over the middle and taken in by Fryermuth. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
First down.
It's a pickup of 12.
1st and 10
Good
at
for
the
a
16-yard
Steeler
line.
first down. They'll run straight ahead with Warren. And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal coming up.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
To the air, Howard. It is brought in the end zone. DK Metcalf. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start of this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
On for the extra point is Boswell. He knocks it through. And the Steelers add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This is fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense ready to get back at it. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended target. It's 2nd down.
Every team has those vertical shots, Mike. They're on the call sheet, and they feel like they can get behind the defense. I think that was one of them, and just couldn't quite connect downfield because he had pretty good separation.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. That one is complete to McBride. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. Back to throw. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
On the return, it's Austin. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. The Steelers' offense and their running back, Jaylen Warren, set to take over once more. The lead is 17 as they try to maybe pull away in this one. It is 1st and 10. Howard. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's 2nd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Quick throw, taken in. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Here now, 3rd and 5. Throwing is Howard. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points, but after that third down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
On fourth down, Steelers send out Corliss Waitman to punt. And he didn't get the check he was hoping for on that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. The Cardinals offense ready to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
The quarterback's trying to give his big tight end a chance to go up and use that large catch radius, unable to connect. Little letdown here for the tight end community, Mike.
They'll look to throw. He'll get that to Wilson. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. A nice job there making that happen.
They'll try to sneak it here. And he will work his way to the 32. That's enough for a first down.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
The open man is Wilson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 39-yard line.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw. Right back to Wilson. He's got it again. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
It's a gain of 18.
That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Cardinals.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
That's to the right side. Caught by McBride. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to the Steel City after this. 3rd and a yard. They'll run. It's DeMercado. And he's going to have a Cardinals first down by a couple of yards. Able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
So, Mike, it's actually funny to say, but these are actually the kind of offensive possessions that defenses want you to have, right? So the idea on defense is make them snap it again, make them go the long way. So at some point, when they continue to get fresh sets of downs, expect them to try to get a big play, try to generate a chunk, and try to move the ball down the field at a quicker pace.
And he will take this into the end zone. What a run! Touchdown, Arizona. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg. Could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
Chad Ryland now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Cardinals are able to cut the deficit to 10.
Cardinals 10.
Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Steelers offense make their way out to take over once more. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, try to add to it. It begins with first down. From the gun, it's Howard. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Second down, it's Howard. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop. Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
A nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Cards offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. They get that one out to Connor. Oh, a nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Up 2nd and 11 at the 29-yard line.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. He'll drop to throw. Off-balance throw. It's complete.
Simpson.
And he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, but now it's 3rd down.
5 yards on the play.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Here's Austin to return. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. The Steelers offense going to get it one final time in this first half. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Howard. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in half number 1.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
Howard to throw here on 1st down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
At the 46-yard line.
Second and 5. To throw is Howard. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
At the 38-yard line.
Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. Spotted at the 45. This is a 55-yard attempt. And that one doinks off the upright and in. Fortunate break, but the kick is good. And the Steelers.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. Welcome back, everyone, for quarter number 3. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. This one taken at the 7. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Cardinals offense looking to get back to work as we begin this 3rd quarter. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Connor. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. Cole Holcomb in on the tackle.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 27-yard line.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And this one complete on the sideline. Good footwork to stay in bounds, but he is just shy of the first down. And that brings up 4th down.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And some problems communicating on 3rd down, and that's going to be a delay.
Still 3rd down.
So now after the penalty, a much tougher prospect to convert. It is 3rd and 9. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll fire one deep for Harrison. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the 3rd quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
This fielded inside the 35. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. The Steelers offense ready for their first possession of this 2nd half. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. They'll start this on the ground with Warren. And he dances away from one defender on his way. Gain of 7.
Tackled at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 3. On the handoff, this is Warren. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Howard to throw it here, 3rd and short. That's caught. Right side, it's Freiermuth. And he's going to pick up the 1st down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that 1st down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch to bring up a fresh set of downs.
And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run the draw with Warren. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
That'll be caught. It's Metcalf. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
That's good for us.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
They'll throw on 1st down with Howard. There's that man again. Another catch. It's the second time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
Throwing on 1st and 10, it's Howard. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. To throw again, it's Howard. Quick throw, out wide, it's caught. And he'll be lucky to just get some positive yards out of that one. Out of bounds, pickup of 2.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. Pat Fryermuth, the intended receiver. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
A 29-yard attempt.
Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Steelers will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Back out is Boswell following the field goal. He'll send this one away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Give running left. It's Carnell. And a nice job there, sidestepping defenders on his way. It's a gain of 9.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
On the ground, DiMercato. And he's got it. 1st down. A pickup of 4.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Oh, they track him down. That ball is out. One of the Steelers has it. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. Greg, what a terrible play for the offense. You're trying to gain some momentum. Here you not only lose the handle of the ball, you hand the defense 6 points.
And Mike, how often do we see that when a player loses the ball, his confidence is not far behind? And I think in this case, that's where the coaching comes in. Put your arm around him. Hey, we're giving you the ball in this next possession. We believe in you. They've got to get this player back into the flow of the game after that back-breaking turnover that led to the defensive touchdown.
Boswell now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Steelers will extend this third quarter lead.
Steelers 33, Cardinals 10.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Now return coming from the 7. Now an opening past the 30. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. The Cardinals offense ready to take over once more. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drop. Here's a short pass. That's Higgins, the tight end. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
Gain of 12 yards.
That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. What a way to start this drive. A second big play. This one for 22.
At the 26-yard line.
1st and 10. That's quickly out to Harrison. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. They go right back to him. This catch good for 11 and a first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Now DeMarcado. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
The tackle by Brandon Echols. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Steelers' 12-yard line.
Back to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Goes without saying, Mike, you have to be smart with the ball, especially down here in the red zone. You're already in scoring position. And I understand they're trying to come away with a touchdown, but at the very least, come away with 3. Worst case scenario is you turn the ball over and you come away with nothing.
And that is incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
So on 4th down, out comes Chad Ryland for the Arizona field goal. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Cardinals cut 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
So Ryland now, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Howard now off the bootleg. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. 12 yards on the game, and that's good for a quick first down.
And the Steelers.
Nice play design here by the offensive coordinator. His ability to get the quarterback outside the pocket, take some stress off the protection. By the time he reaches the launch point, the receiver's running wide open downfield, and he puts the ball right on the money.
They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 9. Out of the gun, it's Howard. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
To number 17. That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Third down and 3. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Out of the gun on 3rd down. Here's Howard. Second time they've connected on the drive, and this one goes for 17 yards.
17 yards. That's good for a Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
Browning on the stop. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Cardinals' 37-yard line.
Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37. On 2nd down, Warren. Good running there. He's got the first down inside the 30.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Once again, it's Warren. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. Here's Howard. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays, and frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Throwing on third down is Howard. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Calvin.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Oswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
Back out is Boswell following the field goal. He'll send this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Cardinals offense back onto the field for their next possession. Things not looking good. But see if we get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That one caught by Wilson. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Right back to Wilson. He's got it again. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
5-yard gain on the play.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
I'll throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
They'll look to throw yet again. That's left side, and that's the tight end, McBride. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Linebacker certainly wasn't fooled on that play. Not only does he get there in a hurry, but he's able to secure that tackle and bring him down for a loss.
3rd and long. They'll look to throw. That one underneath here to Connor. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is not going to work. It is incomplete. They go for it on 4th and wind up turning it over on down.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Quick throw on the RPO is complete. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 40-yard line.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 5. On the ground, this is Warren. And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the first down.
A gain of 9 yards.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on 3rd down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in 3rd down. I want to get all of my conversions on 1st and 2nd down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs.
And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
Akeem Davis Gaither on the stop. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 29-yard line.
They'll motion the tight end, Smith. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense. And right now, it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
It's 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Howard. This one just too far for the receiver out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. And this will be from 42 yards out. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Back out is Boswell following the field goal. He'll send this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Cards offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. On the zone read, given to Connor. And a good show of force there. He gets 4 tough yards out of that one.
At the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 6. He'll drop to throw. He'll try to work the screen with Connor. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. This one down the field, but lined up incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's incomplete. Daring call on 4th down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on down. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll start really in field goal territory already, but they're looking for more. Offense got it 1st and 10. ground. Gainwell. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Now a give to Warren, running right. The defense stringing him out. No gain, back to the original line of scrimmage.
You could tell the entire time that running back is just looking for his crease to get vertical and cut back. But the defense does a great job. Inside-out pursuit, strings this ball out towards the sideline. Nowhere to go, and they make a big stop for no gain.
Working out of the gun, here's Howard. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
The drag route, we used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Back out is Boswell following the field goal. He'll send this one away. Here comes a return from the 3. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense ready to come back out for this next possession. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So I really like the decision, Mike. This is a rookie quarterback making more veteran decisions, and I think in his growth process this early on in his career, those are really good signs, because how often do we see these rookies still think they're back in college, they're the best player on the field, and they can make every throw, even if it's not there. You're not going to get away with that consistently in the NFL. Throw it away. Really nice job here by the young quarterback.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Here now, 3rd and 5. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
He'll look to throw. That's taken in, and he's got the first down. Well done there as they pick up a 4th and 5.
We're starting to see this a lot in the NFL. Not only 4th down tries are up, but throwing the ball short of the sticks. Teams are so reliant nowadays on yards after the catch. It could feel a little dicey upon reception, but a nice job here, and fortunately for them, it picks up the first down.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
13
A pickup there of 13. It's an Arizona first down.
And this completion certainly won't be changing the outcome of the game by any means, but I do think there is something to be said for teams that continue to fight. They continue to try to at least finish this game and have something to build off of going into next week.
They'll run it on first down to Connor, and he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like we might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable third down, getting some good yardage on that second down play.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
Rolling right.
The quarterback on the scramble.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. The offense is staying right there. They're going for it. Fourth and a couple. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on fourth and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down. Steelers offense about ready to take over once more. And a few kneel downs should do it here. Defensively, they do still have those 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Metcalf, the motion man. Howard to throw here on first down. Metcalf reels it in on the right side. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 26-yard line.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. Cardinals say they have it, and they do. And he is going to bring this one back. It is a fumble recovery for a defensive touchdown. And Greg, you talked about it all week. Not just stop them with the defense, but make impact plays, and that is as big a play as you can ask for.
Yeah, and across the league, Mike, this can...
And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay, so they might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose, and are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? To throw is Howard. He'll dump this out wide to Gainwell. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts, but this one is about done.
I think there's one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
This one fielded out beyond the 25. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So this one in the win column for the Steelers. And right away you can point to the turnover battle. Always key. Tells the story so often. It did here again today. Their offense didn't turn it over at all. They finished on the plus side with the takeaways. As a result, they're going to come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers, winners, as we say so long from the confluence of the Three Rivers in Pittsburgh.